This is James Bullock with WarriorSciences.com, and today we're going to cover the double jab. What we're going to talk about is one way to do a double jab, or two lead hand straight punches in combination. A lot of people tend to do this as nothing but an arm punch, when our footwork, our positioning is everything. In MMA, that is key. Any combat sport, positioning should be everything. Otherwise, you have nothing. So on the stand-up side, your positioning, your footwork, your balance, everything really plays into you landing a strike. And something that is common is people will throw two lead hand straight punches or double jabs as an arm punch. They'll stand here, and they'll throw, but it'll be a, here, back and forth. It might be a here, and they'll lean a little bit on the second one, or they'll stay really compact, and it'll be, here, and that's okay, but there's always a better way to do it. There's always a good, better, and best way to do anything. And it's your job as a fighter or coach or practitioner or whatever to find that best way for you. But one way I like to do it is with the use of footwork. Two ways that we're going to cover today is doing it in a linear fashion, like you're chasing someone down with that combination. And another way is going offline with the second shot. So basically, if I get back here and in my stance, what I would do when I'm moving linear is I would step with the first one. There's a couple ways to do this. I would step with the first punch, so it would be here, and then as I retract, this foot is coming up. So once I've extended, the extension is in time with my lead foot. So from here, as I retract, this foot is coming up so that I can fire again. So with the footwork by itself, it goes step, drag, step, and drag. So it's basically two step drags, but it matters when you do that. You don't want to just go here, step again, and then punch. You actually want it to be in sequence. So I would move from here, and it would be, it's almost, I also like to call it a stutter step, because it's a real short movement, but you cover a lot more distance. For example, if I'm facing the bag, I'm quite a ways away from the bag here. I need to take at least a step. I mean, I could lean hard to try to hit this, but that could overextend me. So I'm out of range. I'm going to get a little bit further out too. So I would step. This one may not land if it's my opponent. So then I drag this foot as I retract this hand. Here, and then I would immediately fire again as I step. So once again, look at the footwork. It is step, drag, step. Obviously, you do this slowly at first to build up the proper technique, and then you can pick it up. So from the side angle, I'd be here, be here, here. And when you're actually doing this, you'll keep speeding it up until you're actually being explosive with it. Because it's one of those things where my intent is to land. My intent whenever I use this in sparring is to land that first punch. And then whenever they use their footwork to move back, or if they lean and like to sway back, then I can overtake their footwork and their distance because of that second step. So I'm going to move a little bit faster. And the thing is you can change the depth of the punches as you do it. Notice I'm keeping my balance really well. So let's say on that second one, I really reach for him. So I go from here. I really committed and really put my weight on that front leg. All right, so again, the linear one is going to be here, here. And really focus on your footwork whenever you're doing this. It looks just like 2 punches with 2 push shuffles or 2 shuffle steps, which essentially that's what it is. But then you can break it up. Only do a step with this foot. So it's going to be here. Now, when you go to do your second one, you're actually going to drag this even further to cover more distance. So I'm actually going to pull this closer to my front foot. So if I'm going to cover more ground, especially if a guy likes that really bounces around on his footwork and moves and hops away, you're going to have to cover more ground quickly. And a way to do that is bring this foot further. So what will happen is I'll jab, then this foot will cover more distance. Then immediately do a more explosive lead jab or straight punch after that. Almost like a, I hate to call it this, but almost like a lunging jab. But you've got to make sure the timing is right whenever you do it. And of course that comes with experience or anything else. So I could be a long ways away. For example, you know, bag here is my opponent. So I go to step. Let's say he was much closer to me. I go to step and I throw that punch and he hops out of the way. Well, I'm still really far away from this guy. I need to cover more distance with this back foot as I retract this hand. So it would be punch, retract, and then I would cover more ground. But doing that over and over and over again, even just doing the footwork by itself. Work on just going here. I call that a quick step advance, or it's the beginning of a penetration step for, you know, a takedown. Same idea. The difference is I'm not doing a level change. So I'm here, step, drag this even further, and then propel off that back foot. Yes, obviously having my back foot closer to me for any length of time does create a slightly greater chance of me being taken down because we don't want our feet really close together. That's why timing matters. That's why all the details that actually make up fighting in any arena are what matter. It's the timing, it's the rhythm, it's the distancing, it's the broken rhythm, and things like that. I want that to happen. I want my fist to go first. And this goes against what some coaches teach and things, and that's, I don't really care. So it's one of those things where I'm about efficiency. I'm about how quickly can I hit with maximal force. And leading